screen. Ako sa pagpangita. Okay, so our topic for today is all about surfaces. So the definition of surfaces, it is represented by an equation in three variables. So if the coordinates of every point of the surface satisfy the equation, and if every point whose coordinates satisfy the equation lies on the surface. So, magkuha na tayo mga specific na surfaces. Ang one example ana class is the cylindrical surfaces. Diba, ang magiging siya nga form, no? Okay? But based on the definition of a cylinder, so it is a into axis, no? So we have x, y. Okay? So ang x squared plus y squared equals 1 in terms of x, y. So in 2D, it's just a circle. Okay? With radius is equal to 1. Okay, so for the three-dimensional class, so as you observe, wala siya Z. So meaning, we can create any Z. Okay, so for this, so we'll create sa ha. Okay, so we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. Okay, mag-create ko of XYZ plane. Okay. So, ang ako lang himuon class kay tag 3 interval lang ha. This is 1. And then this is x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. Extend. Okay. So, this is the graph. So, we can create infinitely many circles. Okay, when z is 0, z is 1, z is 2, z is 3. And then for negative, we have sa ubos ni siya, we have z is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. Okay, so mauna siya ang process to sketch a cylindrical surfaces. question. Okay, so mao ni ato ang nahibaw-an nga silent bomb. Okay, so another example. Okay, so sketch the graph of the following. So we have z is equal to x squared. So z is equal to x squared. Okay, so if we create so i-assume ni nato ha this is x and then we have z. Okay, so this is a parabola. So pwede rata mag kuan og points ani when x is 0 we have z is 0. When x is 1 we have 1. And then when x is 2 this is 4. Okay, and then when x is negative, so this is positive 1, and then x is negative 2, so we have this. Yeah. Okay, so mauni ato ang baseline. So we create the XYZ plane. Okay, so here so yung ani sa pag-create sa kuan ha, graphing paper. Okay. So ang z equals x squared, so naa siya diri no. Pwede ta mag-create og imaginary line kay para where we are guided. So here ato na lang i-direct. So when x is 0, we have z is 0. And then, when x is 1, so this is 1, adara ay here, 1, so our z is 1. So, we have this point. But please take note ha, kani nga point 1 la ni siya ni intersect sa negative 1. Nani siya sa ibabaw. Okay? When x is 2, so we have z is 4, so 4 units above, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for negative, so negative 1, we have z is 1, and then negative 2, so z is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we sketch the graph, okay, this is the like the baseline. So, since wala man ang y diri class, pwede ta mo create diri og y. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we will connect Ako lang i-change ang color ha. Okay, so this is the graph. And then we will create it's a commercial. Okay, and then the line parallel. So mao ni ato ang kung kuan pa mao ni ang mga na form nato nga parabola. And then if we form the parallel, so mao ni siya. This one. Okay, and then here. This one. Okay, so we have the graph of z is equal to x squared. So, ingani iyahang graph. Question? May question? Class? Sige, so atong i-try og graph sa Desmos. We have z, kung correct ba niya akong drawing, equals x squared. Okay, so this is the graph. So here. Okay? Sumura siya ko ano, banig, mapadong pilon. So, not all cylinder is what kung unsa tong nahibaw-an nga cylinder based sa definition sa calculus. So, it's one of the cylinder but dili tanan cylinder ing ato nga form. Okay? Question? Class? Okay, so please call screenshot.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Pwede pa kasi. Dili may kadungog sa mga tingog mo. Kinay.
Kani, how about this?
Okay na, ma'am. Okay na, ma'am.
Okay. So, please call screenshot. Okay na? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, another example. We have x squared plus y squared. Actually, we're done with x squared plus y squared, no? Katong ganihan. So, dito na ta sa y squared plus 4c squared equals 16. Okay. So, actually, class, kani nga mga figures, no? Sa sketch ani, mubalik kita sa conic sections. So, katong parabola, hyperbola, ellipse. Okay? Circle. So, dapat familiar mo ana. Kaya naana siya sa pre-calculus. Okay? So, at first, ato sa ni siya i-write sa standard form. So, we multiply both sides by 1 over 16. So, we have y squared over 16 plus z squared over 4 is equal to 1. Okay, so if we create a YZ coordinate, okay. So here, this is our Y, and then we have our Z. So for Y, so ang kani, nag-represent na siya sa vertices, no? So pwede na to i-write as 4 square. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have this point as our vertex for Y. And then sa Z, so this is 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So we have this point. So our graph is an ellipse. Okay. So this is of the form of the 2D. But how about the 3-dimensional? So we will create okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ito lang yun. And then for the negative, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So for y squared, so when x is equal to 0, but sa first, we have y squared over 16 plus z squared over 4 equals 1. So anhita sa y, so this is our y, this is our y, and then this is our z, and then we have our x. So our y here is 4. Okay, this is also 4. And then our z is 2. This one as our vertices. So we can draw the graph. Okay. So this is when x is 0. So pwede ta maka-create diri here or pwede ra sa diri nga side. Anila ta sa positive na. So pwede ta here sa x is equal to 4. So sa ni 1, 2, 3, 4. So i-assume nga this is our vertices and then our y is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then, so for z is 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So we can create okay. And then we will connect. So this is what yun siya. Saan tiwas ko na wala na siya ibaga. Okay, and we will connect this one, and then here is for this kani dire, and then we have this, and then we can create the cylinder. So ang parallel lines niya class kay kani, so maka-form ta og parallel with respect to the x axis. Okay, ako i-change ang color for sa luyo niya nga part. Okay, and this is the graph. So if we use the Desmos, we have y squared over 16 plus c squared all over 4 is equal to 1. There is a graph. No? It's we have y squared plus 4c squared is equal to 16. So, okay siya. Okay. Anong lahi ang kanyatang color? Y squared. This is the circle. Isyag lang. Isa mag-use ko another 3D. We have y squared plus 4z squared is equal to 16. Plus 4z plus 4z squared is equal to 16. Ay, ano siya? Y squared plus 4z squared is equal to 16. Okay, so this is the graph. So ako pa ni observe nga nung wala ni siya ni work.
I-zoom out, ma'am.
Zoom out. Dara. Okay. Okay, so please kung screenshot ani. Screenshot ah. Okay, so for your practice, mag-practice mag-draw for today. So, kaning number 4. We have 4y squared minus 9z squared is equal to 36. So, once done, send it to our group chat. Okay. So, the answer of Jed is correct. So, the graph of 4y squared minus 9c squared equals 36 is like a hyperbola. So, we have 4y squared minus 9c squared is equal to 36. So, we multiply both sides by 1 over 36. So, we have y squared over 9 minus c squared over 4 is equal to 1. So, this is the standard form of the hyperbola. Okay? So, if we create for yz, okay, so we have for y, so pwede na to siya ma-write as 3 squared, no? So, from the origin, so 1, 2, 3. Okay? From the left, 1, 2, 3. Okay? For z, so this is 2. 1, 2. And then 1, 2. Actually, we can create an imaginary line para mas klaro kayo ato ang ano. Okay. So, the hyperbola is this. So, naa siya diri nga somewhere. Okay? So, mag-create lang mo ani og murag imaginary nga square para you're guided with the sa pag o ano, iyahang pag-draw sa hyperbola. Okay? So, for the XYZ, so the R3, okay? And we have this. And then for 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. y is 3. So, 3 from the right, and then 3 from the left. Ang z is 2. Kaya pwede man na ito ma-write plus as y squared or like b squared lang. Okay? Minus c squared over c squared is equal to 1. And then, so for z is 2. Okay, and then we can create an imaginary line. And then this one. Okay. So for the graph, okay, so this is the graph. Okay. So from here, this is when x is 0. For y, how x is 4. Pwede ta mag-create diri. So 4, diri no? And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3 rada for y. And then here, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, we can draw this one. Sa ato sa nikuan na akong i-check. Here, and then here. Okay? And then this one. Like this. Okay, and then we will connect. Dahil lang ang color. This one here. Okay, and this is the graph. So if we create an imaginary line for the parallel for x-axis, so we have this. This one. Okay, so the same with the right. Okay, so we have this graph. Okay, question? Okay, we will check the actual. Okay, bati kita drawing. Okay, we have sa man to. Sa presentation. 4y squared. 4y squared minus 9z squared is equal to 36. Okay, this is the graph for the cylindrical surfaces. So, okay, so first, please go picture ani. So, first ha, mag-create ta o graph sa two like x, y coordinate or depende kung unsa ang given. And then from that, so ato na siyang i-draw sa three-dimensional. Okay? Na from the three-dimensional here, so depende siya kung unsa ang wala nga variable. If unsa ang wala nga variable, we have x, so adto ka mag-create og like the same graph niya or like this, so we have hyperbola. So nag-create tag another hyperbola and then connect. Okay? And then we will create a line parallel to the x-axis in which ang wala diri nga variable. Okay? Question? Pass?
Giun sa
na
pagkuha sa kuan ma'am
unsa man?
sa x coordinate.
Mukuan na ka class. Kan mag di ba nanatay nahimo ani no kaning y squared over 9 minus c squared. And then mag-create ra ka og like mirror gid niya nga image sa x nga mover naatay ma-create nga parallel line sa x. Pero depende ha kung ang wala diri kay y, so ma-change had ang iyahang graph. So same form but lahi na ni siya og noun. So adto na sad siya parallel sa y. So depende na siya sa given. Sige, ato ni siyang sampulan. What if this is x? Okay. So here. So if we will create parallel lines here, so this is parallel to y. Kung unsa ang wala nga variable, so anha mo parallel ang graph. Okay? So, mao ni atong kuan. So, another form diani is trace. No? Traces. So, we have a trace of the hyperbola and then, so this one. Okay? And then we will create a mirror image sa plane. Diba? Ang gi-create na to first is ang plane. So for this, ang plane nga x is equal to 0. Okay? Next is ang x equals to 4. So mauna ni siya nag-represent sa x is equal to 4. So same is sa atong gihimo katong circle. So mura ni siya waha sa circle ha. So, for example, natay kami. Okay? And then we form a circle. So, kanilang. Okay, like this. So, this is x squared. This is not x squared. We have y squared plus is equal to 1. So, since wala ang x diri, so anhita mag-draw. So, pwede rata bisag until 4 lang. So, we have 1, 2, then 3, 4. Okay? And then, so this is, 3 lang na to class. So, 1, 2, 3. So, when x is 3, so mag-create na sa tag another circle direct. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Pero 1 unit ra ni ha. So, we have this circle and then we will connect. So, kani, this is this. And this one, ang pinaka-end. Okay? And then we have this. Okay? Siya. Sige lang, inig ka. Next meeting, kay face-to-face ta. mag-practice tag drawing. Okay? So ako lang i-discuss karon ang mga basic. But adto ta mag-practice kay after sa practice, so mag-practice ta Monday and ika Wednesday we will have a quiz. Okay? So, may time. Wala na question? Class?
Wala, ma'am.
Okay. So we will move to the another type of surfaces. So we have the quadric. Okay, so this is the equation of the quadric in terms of three variables. So we have ax squared plus by squared plus cc squared plus dxy plus eyz plus fxc plus gx plus hy plus iz plus j is equal to 0. But if naa ka sa two variables, ang result ani is the conic section. Atong parabola, hyperbola, ellipse, or circle. Okay? So, from that, kay magkuha tag trace. Okay? Magkuha tag trace sa two variables and then we will create the actual graph of the quadric surfaces. So, I think we have 6 mga standard equations of the quadric surfaces. So, we have the first is the ellipsoid. Okay? So, this is of the form of an ellipse. So, this is the standard equation. We have x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared plus z squared over c squared equals 1. So if a here, which is equal to b equal to c is equal to 1, so ang result ani this is a sphere. Okay, so same ra gyapon nag-idea class kung naa ka sa two-dimensional. We have x squared for ellipse, we have x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals to 1. If a o b is equal to 1, so ang result is a circle. Okay, so unsa man ang ato ang buhaton ani. Saha nag-create na ko ato og kani. Okay, so we have, para masabtan na to no, we will have an example. So x squared over 4 plus y squared over 16 plus c squared over 9 is equal to 1. Okay, so ang atong buhaton ani class, mangita ta sa mga traces. So, unsa man result sa traces? So, ang result is ang katong conic section. So, unsaon man siya? So, ang atong buhaton ani is kuhaan nato og isa ka variable. So, mag-let ta, ato ni siyang ipang-let ang mga variables ang isa para ang mahabilin is duha na lang. In which we can connect to the conic section. Kaya di ba duha ra to ka variables ang conic sections. Okay? So here, ang pinakadali gid class is i-set na to as 0. Okay? So first, x is equal to 0. So when x is 0, we have y squared over 16 plus c squared over 9 is equal to 1. In which, this is of the form of the ellipse. Okay? Another, when y is equal to 0. So, if y is 0, we have x squared over 4 plus c squared over 9 is equal to 1. in which this is also of the form of the ellipse. Okay, another, when z is equal to 0. So this is x squared over 4 plus y squared over 16 is equal to 1. Still, this is an ellipse. So, muna siyang gitawag siya og ellipsoid kay ang ma-form niya is of the form of the ellipse. Okay? Now, we will graph. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is negative 4. This is negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. This is negative 4. First, anhita when x is equal to 0. So, this is x, and then we have y, and then we have c. So, for x is 0, we have y squared over 16 plus c squared over 9 is equal to 1. So, ang y nato is 4 units kay 4 squared. From the origin, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we have this point. And then, 4 units from the left, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next is ang z. Ang z is 3 kay 9 man ang b, no? So we can write this as 3 squared. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So we connect. And we can form an ellipse. Okay, another. For y is 0, so we have x squared over 4. So, for x, we have 1, 2, kay 2 squared man. Red lang, red. Okay? And then 1, 2. And then for z, it's 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is. And then we will connect. So, mura na siya pahigda, class. Okay, so this is the graph. So this is an ellipse. Another is when z is equal to 0. We have x squared over 4. So ang x is 2. So another color, green lang. Okay, so this is still 2. And then our y is 4. So we have this. Okay, and we connect. So we have the graph of the ellipsoid. So if ato ni siyang koloran, no, pwede na to siya. So okay, so this is the graph of an ellipsoid. So if we will use the Desmos, we have x squared over 4 plus y squared over 16 plus c squared over 9 is equal to 1. Okay, so this is the actual graph of an ellipsoid. Okay, so if we have the xy, so we have 2 for x, so ano siya ni intersect. So 2 for x, and then y is 4, so this is our b. And then for z, okay, this is 3. More siyang egg. Okay, so we have this graph. Please go screenshot. So one example lang taha every graph, and then next meeting mag-practice ta sa tanang graph. So I will give mga equations, and then ato siyang i-identify or determine if what kind of graph, and then we will sketch the equation. So the quadric surfaces. Okay? Done?
Done, miss.
Okay, so another. So mao na yung gihimo class. Ako ra to siyang gi-explain. We have the hyperboloid of one sheet. Okay, so nganong gitawag siya hyperboloid kay we can form a hyperbola. So our trace is a hyperbola. And then actually naano siya one sheet o two sheets. So one graph ra siya, and then ang another is duha siya ang iyahang na form, na two sheets. Okay? So para masabtan, we will have an example. We have x squared plus y squared minus c squared over 4 is equal to 1. Okay? So, remember ninyo ha, we have ellipsoid, puros na siya plus. And then, for the hyperboloid, we have isa siya ka minus for one sheet, and then for two sheets kay duha iyahang minus. So actually class, pwede ni siya ang minus naa sa x or naa sa y. Okay? So any of the three. Basta isa lang ka negative. So for this, so magkuan ta sa mga traces. So we let x equal to 0. So we have y squared minus c squared over 4 is equal to 1. Okay? So, kani siya nga graph class, this is a hyperbola. Okay, another, we have when y is 0, or ato lang siya ipaawahi. So, we have z is 0. So, we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. So, this is a circle. And then, we have y equals 0. This is x squared minus z squared over 4 is equal to 1. This is still a hyperbola. Okay? So, since ang graph ani class is infinite, so for ideally ang z diri sumura na siya og height. Okay? And then for every c, we can create a plane. Okay? So, ato la siya i-limit when z is 4. Okay? So, when z is 4, so actually class, pwede dyan ta mag-substitute of any number sa kung ano, bisag dili siya 0. Basta ang atong goal ani is graph nato ang surface. Okay? So when z is 0, we have x squared plus y squared. So ato na siyang i-transpose dito ha. We have 1 plus, so this is 4 squared over 4. This is 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Okay? So estimate, this is 2.24 to the power of 2. Kaya diba for the circle, we have x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. Okay? So, ang first natong i-graph, pwede ning kaning circle. So, this one. When z is equal to 0. So, we have with radius 1, this is 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, and then we can create a circle. Okay, so for z is equal to 4, so this is still a circle. So we have, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can create an imaginary line. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is our origin. So for z equals 4. So we have 1. So ang ato ang radius dere is 2.24. So 1, 2. So anhin na siya somewhere here. And then 1, 2, somewhere here. And then for x, we have 1, 2. So this one. And then we have here 1, 2. Okay. And then we can create a circle. So for z equals negative 4, so the same ra gihapon ang result kay square man ang z. So we have x squared plus y squared is equals to 2.24 squared. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So anita mag-start. And then we can create an imaginary line. Okay, here. So from this, we have the radius is 2.24. So 1, 2, so this one from the right, 1, 2. So this represents the y-axis, and then the x, kaning yellow. So we have 1, 2, so 2.24, 1, 2, so this one. And then we can create a circle. Okay. So manata sa kanino? Sa z negative 4 kani. Next, mana sa taan ni. Okay? So next is the parabola, a hyperbola. So y squared minus c squared. So diri are y. So mag-change ta og kuan. So our y is 1. So mao ni no. Is 1. And then our z is 2. Kani. Here. But, di ba, if kung unsa ang mag-start dire basta hyperbola, so anha ta mag-create of graph. So from here, okay, so we have y squared minus c squared over 4 is equal to 1. So mangita tag paagi kung asa siya mo intersect sa kani, di ba, nag-set ta nga atong maximum is 4. Kay para ma-connect na to, so ing ani nga form. Okay? But ato sang i-double check kung kani ba jud siya nga point mo intersect sa z equals 4 nga plane. Okay, so diri class, ato na rin siyang substitutan og 4 ang z. So when z is equal to 4, so the result, we have y squared is equal to 1 plus, so this is 4 squared 16 over 4, so we have 4. So this is 5. So we have y squared. So y is 5. So can be written as 2.24 squared. So ani siya mo intersect sa y equals 2.24. So diri. Kay mao man ni ang y. Okay? For negative pud nga c, so the same ra gyapon ang result. Okay, so diri ta ha. Sa mga ito. We have y squared minus c squared over 4 equals 1. So when z is negative 4, so kani nga plane, we have y squared equals 1. So i-transpose the same na po na siya as y squared equals 5, which is 2.24 squared. So ang z diri is dara. Okay, and then we can connect. Okay? So next, so asa naman ta? This is when z is 4. So this is here. Kay para hyperbola man ni. So this is the line. Okay? So for x, di ba? Napaday kani this one. So mangita gihapon tag way nga asa siya mo intersect sa katotong gilimit nga plane for z equals 4 of negative 4. So we have x squared minus c squared over 4 is equal to 1. Okay? So we let c is equal to 4. Okay? So ang result ni this is x squared is equal to 2.24 squared. Okay? The same way with z is negative 4. So we have x squared is 2.24 squared. So asa man siya? So we have ang x diri is 1. So dara ang x. Red lang ta ha. Ani. Diba? This one. And then for the plane z equals 4, so mo intersect siya at 2.24. So in which this one. Okay? And then we can create the hyperbola. This one side. Okay? Okay? And this is the graph of x squared plus y squared minus c squared over 4 is equal to 1. So if we will use a Desmos, x squared plus y squared minus c squared over 4. Okay, so this is the graph. Okay, please go screenshot. and then screenshot also the actual graph. Okay, so another type of the quadric surfaces is the hyperboloid of two sheets. So, ganiha, we have one. Now, we have two sheets. Okay, so please take note, we have two negative. Okay, so pwede ra ni siya ha sa any of the variable basta at least 2. So, familiarize the standard equation and then makakuha mo, this is a hyperboloid. Para ang inyo lang concern is unsaon siya pag-graph. But you know already nga it is a hyperboloid of two sheets. So, to understand, let's have an example. Okay, so we have x squared ay z din siya. Z squared over 4 minus x squared minus y squared is equal to 1. Okay, so let's have the traces. When x is equal to 0, we have c squared over 4 minus y squared is equal to 1. So, this is a hyperbola. Next, when y is 0, so we have c squared over 4 minus, so this is x squared equals 1. This is still a hyperbola. And then when z is 0, we have a negative x squared minus y squared is equal to 1. In which, di ba, wala tayo standard equation na we have a negative sa x squared and then negative for y squared. Okay? Pero naa tayo x squared plus y squared equals 1. But we don't have a negative. Okay? So, meaning, kung wala, no trace. Kay bisag unsa na imong i-substitute sa x and y, kung i-minus minus na, wala dyan na siya mo result of positive 1. Okay? So, another, di ba, mag-limit ta sa z. So, here, ang atong i-limit is c equals 4. Pwede ra sad ta mag-standard lang para same ta graph no nga c is equals to 4 ang atong i-limit. Okay? So, we have when z is 4, this is 4 squared over 4 is 4. So, 4 minus x squared minus y squared is equal to 1. So, this is negative x squared minus y squared. So, 1 minus 4. So, i-transpose, we have a negative 3. So, we can multiply both sides by negative 1. So, we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 3, in which this is of the form of a circle. Ang 3, this is 1.73 to the power of 2. Okay? So, pwede ta mag-create sa daan sa circle. So, inyo ng strategy ha kung unsa inyong unahon, pwede ning hyperbola, pwede sa ning circle. Okay, para dili malapas ato ang hyperbola. So, z is 4. So, we will create an imaginary line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the same with negative 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Kay when z is negative 4, so the same ra gyapon na siya result. We have x squared plus y squared is equal to 1.73 squared because of the square of z. Okay? So, when z equals 0, so no 3, so wala siya value diri. When z is 4, we have uh, 1.73 for the radius. Okay, this is of the form of the circle with radius 1.73. So, there is 1, so almost here. Okay, now here. And then this one, kay for x. So, kani ako mga gipang yellowhan ha. Mao ni ang x. So, this one. And then, we can create the circle. Okay? For z is negative 4, so 1, so 1.73, 1.73, so this is for y. And then for x, so this one, and then this one. So, we have this. Okay, we have this circle for z equals 4 and negative 4. So, we're done with this. Okay, next, when x is 0, so mo itong kuanan. So, the result is a hyperbola. So, we have c squared over 4 minus y squared equals 1. So, so naa sa z ang graph ano no? We have 2. And then negative 2. Okay. And then we have here y is 1. This one. Okay, so ideally, ato sa siyang i-check kung asa siya mo intersect sa z is equal to 4. Okay, so ang graph ani mo na siya ganyan niya. So ato siyang i-check para sure, no? Then we have this one. Okay, ngani. But let's check. So when z, so we have c squared over 4 minus y squared is 1. When z is 4, so this is 16 over 4, we have 4. So this, we have negative y squared is equal to 1 sa negative y squared. This is 16 over 4 minus 4. So, this is y squared is equal to negative, positive 3. Ang 3, this is 1.73. Okay? So, anhi siya mo intersect sa, so, for here, ano siya mo intersect sa y. So, mao niya itong y. So, correct to atong assumption. Okay, nga, anhi siya mo create of hyperbola. So, if c is negative 4, so the same gihapon ang result, we have y squared is 1.73 squared. So, naa siya diri. Okay, and then we can create. For x, so we have c squared over 4 minus x squared is 1. So we let C is equal to 4. So same lang ni siya result. Pero x in terms of x lang. So we have x squared. X squared is equal to 1.73 squared. So, the same siya nga anhi siya mo intersect but with respect to x. So, kaniman ang x, no? Nga 1.73. So, mag-color green lang ta. Okay. And then, this one will intersect to this. Okay, so this is the graph. So, kung ato ni siyang gamitan og desmos, we have c squared over 4 minus x squared minus y squared is equal to 1. So, this is the graph. So, kung kuluran ta ni, walang kulurang yellow. Ganun siya, oh. Na siya maklaro nga cone. Kaya naa siya sa murag ang iyahang porma no kay nagingana eh. Nag-ibabaw ni siya. Nga na iyahang form sa kani. So, din kayo siya. Sa ubos no, kay di na kayo siya maklaro nga more siya cone. Okay, so mao ni iyahang actual graph. This called screenshot. Okay, and then please go screenshot for the actual. So, during the exam, kay pagdala mo og pencil, para pwede pa mo maka-erase. Kaya din siya as easy nga mag-create ta og graph sa linear nga xy sa yun tong xy na naman tas 3D. Okay? Okay pa mo? Class? Ganun, sa na, daw na lagi. Class, nag-graph pa ba ta ha? Wa pa ta nag-integral. Mo nang gi-pa-learn ta dyan mo nga ni. Even nga mag-use ta og desmos, mag-try ta og graph using manual. Kay during our integral kanang sa double o triple, before ta maka-create og formula for integration, kay mag-drawing pa ta. So, this is the reality of Calculus 3. Sige lang, one sem lang class for stat, mahuman na niyang calculus. For BS Math, kay wala na kayo mo graph ana sa koan. Napa mo calculus, pero it's more on proving na siya. So, ipang-prove na ninyo nga katong limit kay ngano, di ba kung sa calculus 1 na to ato ra siyang i-show, no? Ato siyang i-find ang limit, like the limit of f of x as x approaches a is 1. So, after aning calculus 3, kay i-prove na dito nga nganong ang limit kay 1. Katong mo gamit na mo epsilon delta nga definition for BS Math. Okay? Pero wala na mo aning mga graph class. So, kutob ra ni sa calculus 3. Do mag-graph mo sa complex kung maabot mo sa higher nga complex. Okay? So, let's move. Kay naapatay 3. So, we have the cone or the elliptic cone. Okay? So, gitawag siya elliptic cone kay ni-form siya og ellipse. So, for the example, okay. So, we have z squared is equal to x squared plus y squared over 4. Okay, so ang difference ani sa, di ba naa siya minus kung ato na siya i-transpose, ang difference ani sa hyperboloid is 0 na ni siya dire sa left side. Kaya pwede man ni nato ma-transpose ang minus. So, mura na siya o hyperboloid of one sheet. So, the difference kay kani, kung ang hyperboloid is equal to 1, ang cone, the elliptic cone, kay equal to 0. Okay, so pwede rin i-transpose. So, pwede na siya kani nga form, x squared over a squared plus y squared over v squared minus, so, pwede rin siya nga ni equals 0. Okay, so mao na yung difference. So, i-familiarize ra ninyo ang difference para makaibaw mo at kung ang ako na problema is unsaon siya pag-graph. Okay? So, now, we have z squared equals x squared plus y squared over 4. So, we will find the traces. So, when x is equal to 0, so we have z squared which is equal to y squared over 4. So, kung ato na siyang i-transpose, we have c squared minus y squared over 4 is equal to 0. Okay, remember, the standard equation of hyperbola is x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared is 1. But, the result is not 1. So, actually, the graph for this is an intersecting line. Okay, next, so when y is 0, so we have z squared is equal to x squared. So we can write this as c squared minus x squared equals 0. So intersecting line gapon. And then for z equals 0, so we have x squared plus y squared over 4 equals 0. Okay, so from here, mangita tag value sa x o sa y. Dapat ang result sa 0. So, ang choices ra nato is the point 0, 0. Okay, 0 squared plus 0 squared over 4, it's still equal to 0. Kay bisag mag-negative ta, like 1, ang y is negative, naman siya square. So, mo plus, gihapon na siya. So, There's no way nga isa ra jud ang solution ani in which this is 0.00. Okay? So, pwede sad ta mag-limit sa z. So, anitas 4. So, we have x squared plus y squared over 4 is equal to 4. So, multiply both sides by 1/4. This is x squared over 4 plus y squared over 16 is equal to 1. In which, this is an ellipse. So, sa ganit term ani, this is an elliptic cone. Okay, so pwede ta mag-start sa ellipse. Kaya para ato na lang ni siyang kuanan ang intersecting. So we have x squared. So when z is 4, we can create an imaginary line 3, 4. Okay. So here, this one. The same with negative 4, kay the same ra ni siya result. Kay because of the square in z. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. Okay. So x squared, so this is an ellipse. So for x, we have 2. So there, here is the z equals 4. So 1, 2, then 1, 2. For z, it's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So, na lang. Okay, for z is negative 4. So our x is 2. We have, this is the center. So 1, 2. 1, 2. And then 4 ang y, 1, 2, 3, 4. So mag-create ra dyan mo og imaginary. So mo na mo gamit ta og graphing para mas klaro siya. And then even ang iyang distribution sa coordinates. Okay. So now, so okay na ni siya. I-red lang siya. Okay? Ang z equals 0, 0. So nata dire. Okay? Next, ang x equals 0. So intersecting line na siya class. So kung naa ka here, mura na siya yung ani this one. Nga mo intersect sa 0, 0. So atong i-check kung asa siya mo intersect ani sa plane nga z equals 4. So we have c squared is equal to y squared over 4. So when z is 4, so we have, this is 16, which is equal to y squared over 4. So y squared is 64. This is equal to 8. Oh, y squared This is 4 squared. So, dapat dahil 16 ni siya. So, wrong atong graph. Create sa tagbalik ha. So, kani siya, this is sayop yun. So, we have 16. Okay? So, we multiply 1 over 16. This is x squared over 16 plus y squared over 64. This is 1. So, dapat di ay ang atong x, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Pwede ra. So, ato lang ni siyang in the form of by 2. So, this is 4. And then, this is 8. Okay? And then, we have, this is 4, negative 4. This is negative 8. This is 4. And then, we have 8. Kani, this is 4. Sayop gihapon din. Kay tungod sa Z. So, mag-erase lang ta. Okay, balik. So, when Z is 4, so this is, ato lang i-by ko ha. I-by 2 kay taas ko yung 8. So, we have, this is 2. So, we have 4. And then this is 8. This is negative 4. Negative 8. We have 4. Pero sa kuan na to, during exam, katong isa ka unit 1 jud to kay para align tatanan. We have 8. This is 4. And then we have 8. So this is negative 4. And then we have a negative 8. Negative 4. And then this is negative 8. Okay? So balik ta, we have for z equals 4, so here we will create an imaginary line. This one. The same with 4 here. We will create also. Okay. So now, so ang x is 4. So we have 2, 4. This 1, 2, 4. And then, our y is 8. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. So, wala siya ni-intersect sa kaning nga yellow line na. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then, we will connect. Okay. Another for 4. Lugula ano. So, di na saan siya makita. Wala i-change class. Sorry. Okay, di siya ma-visualize kung mas dugol de. So, Katong itang 2, 4, 2, 4. This is 6. And then we have 8. And then we have a negative 2, negative 4. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, and then we have negative 2, negative 4, negative 6. Okay, so this is negative 2, negative 4. So here for x, so this is create ta og imaginary line. Same with this one. Okay, so for x, we have 4. This is light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nadako uli ay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then ang y is 8. So 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so nasya dire na. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so this is good siya. Okay, for here, for sa c is negative 4. So x is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here the y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We connect. Okay, this is the graph. So for here, this is an intersecting line. So mani yung form. Ang ato lang is asa ni siya mo connect. So when z is 4, we have y is 8. So asam ning y? So dara. Okay? So the same gihapon ni siya sa z is negative 4. So adto ta sa y. Here. So ang pag-connect ani, so dapat ma-intersect siya sa, so ako siyang bag-on ha, sa x, sa origin. Okay, the same with this. Okay. So for the kani, so okay na ta ani no. Sa may laing color ani green. Okay, for y equals 0, so we have c squared minus x squared equals 0. So iletra ni na to og 4. So this is i-transpose, we have negative c squared. So x squared is 4 squared. Okay? So, mo-intersect na siya sa x is equal to 4. So, the same with z equals negative 4. So, asa maning x is negative 4 dara. Okay? So, we have positive 4 kay 1, 2, 3, 4 kaning yellow. And then, so, i-connect na siya anhi. So, positive 4. So, ito ibaga ha para makita dyan. Then this one. Okay? And this is the graph. So, kung ato na siyang koloran, So, mao ni siya. Dire. Okay. Yeah. And then this one. Kaapil na ni siya. Okay, so this is the graph. So, kung ato na siyang i-write sa Desmos, we have z squared equals x squared plus y squared over 4. Okay, so this is the graph. So, ang iyang form no, naging na siya eh. So, mao ni siya ang iyang intersecting lines with respect to x na kung sa y sad ka o nag-intersect na siya. Okay, so from here, please go picture. And then this one. Okay, so for another quadric surfaces, we have elliptic paraboloid. So from the word elliptic, so maka-form siya ellipse. And then from the word paraboloid, maka-form sad siya of parabola. So ang elliptic niya class kani siya. This one. And then ang paraboloid is kani ng mga traces. Okay? So we have an example. C equals x squared. Okay, C is x squared over 4 plus y squared over 9. Okay, so we let C be equal to 0. So we have x squared over 4 plus y squared over 9 is 0. So this is the point 0, 0. So maximum na to, we have z equals 4. So we have x squared over 4 plus y squared over 9. This is 4. Okay, so times 1 over 4, this is x squared over 16 plus y squared over 36 is equal to 1. This is an ellipse. So, anhita naka-form of ellipsoid. Okay, so we have when x is equal to 0, so we have z is equal to y squared over 9, or we can write this as 9z is equal to y squared. Or kana na lang sang y squared over 9. So, kani, this is of the form of the parabola. Okay? And then we have x, y equals 0. So, this is z is equals to x squared over 4. This is also a parabola. Okay. Now, we can graph. So, for z equals 4, we 2, 3, 4. Okay. So z equals 0. So we have this point. Okay, and then z equals 4. This is x squared. So our x is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our y is 36. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we connect. Okay, next. So when x is 0, so mangita tag way kung asa nimo intersect ang z equals y squared over 9 sa okay. Okay, can you please go picture? Extend taga may klasalas na lang eh. So, kani we have a hyperbolic paraboloid. So, from the word hyperbolic, so naka-form siya og hyperbola. So, kani iyang hyperbola. Okay, and then this one, og kato naa sa luyo. And then we have paraboloid, so kani nga traces. So, we have an example. This is minus c. Okay, so z is equal to x squared over 4 minus y squared. Okay, so when z is 0, so we have x squared over 4 minus y squared is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, we have z is negative y squared, so this is a parabola. And then y equals 0, so we have z is equal to x squared over 4. This is still a parabola. So mag-set tag z equals 4. This is x squared over 4 minus y squared equals 4 to the power. So multiply both sides by 1/4. So we have x squared over 16 minus y squared over 4 is equal to 1. So this is a hyperbola. Okay. So, unahon tani ang kaniha sa may masalina. Z. So, kanilang z is equals to 4. So, we have the hyperbola. So, we will create an imaginary line for z is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, another 1, when z is negative 4. Actually, pwede siya sa when z is. So, ano sa ta sa z is 4. So, now, we have for x is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. For y, y squared over 4, this is, wala na kay kuan ang y din. Okay, because this is a hyperbola. So, we can create, so with respect to x minus, like this. Okay, and then, so okay na ni. For kani, we have z is equal to negative y squared. So, ato sa ni siyang i-graph ha, when x is 0. So, when y is 1, so dara ang y is 1, so z is negative 1. So, dara is point. When y is 2, so we have a negative 4 for z. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then when here, when y is negative, so this is here. And then when y is negative 2, so z is negative 4. So we graph this. Okay. So z is x squared. So from this, actually, pwede na ta maka-create sa graph. So pwede na to siya i-connect. This one na kana. And then this one nga na siya. So ing ani ang graph na kani. So asa man ni siya i-connect. So ato sa i-search siya kung sa yung graph. Actually, this is the graph. Okay, so yung ani yung graph. So, napad ni siya another parabola. Kaning sa this one. So, in which mo connect na siya ani. Can form a parabola. Ana. So, ang actual graph niya, class, kay kani. Layo kayo. So, kani dyan ko mag-lisod o graph. Okay. So, kung ato na siyang koloran, we have this. Lahi ni siya nga color ang naa sa sulod. In which mauni ang naa sa sulod. And then we have this. So, na yan. Okay, so, pero mo na yung actual graph class ha. Okay, please go picture. This one. Okay, so for the attendance, kinangalapas na tas time. So we have Ascona.
Present, miss.
So na lang niya kay late. We have Boyles. Wala. Pumulon. Okay. So next meeting, we will have a practice of the graphs of the surfaces. Okay. And then after that meeting, so on Wednesday, we will have a quiz. So tomorrow, pag-start na mo practice o draw. Okay ha? Use graphing paper. So, please take note katong every one line na to is equivalent to 1 unit. Okay? Question? So, madugo dyan siya gamay mo nang mag-practice tag isa ka meetingan. Na after, actually class, mauna ni ang last topic for the chapter 2. So, musod na ta og vectors. After vectors, ato na ta sa katong xy, so function of xyz, ato na ta. Okay? So, multivariable. Walay question. So, that's all for today. Goodbye and good night.